Hello my friends, welcome back to Home and Garden. I am so excited to show you today's video because today I am going to give you an update on how all these beautiful roses are doing on my garden. Look at this beautiful mini hybrid tea rose. How colorful is this? This is actually planted on the pots and I will show you the other beautiful roses that I have on the rose garden area. So here is the climbing rose that's actually planted next to all my fruit trees like the cherry tree. And here is the vibrant color of this beautiful rose. As you can see, there are a really big bloom. Some of the rose flowers are already done, but I still have some remaining flower buds. This one, it might be blooming by next week. But here, enjoy this beautiful bloom. They are really tall. They are the climbing roses, so here there's more blooms on that side. And they have a combination of the yellow, pink, and dark pink color. And they also have some orange as well. So this is all my hybrid tea rose, and this is the bicolor rose, and this one is actually the white one and pink color, and it's actually all the way on the back. They have all these beautiful blooms, and I still have some few flower buds. This one is actually planted last year, and now it grew this tall. And this one is the matured flower that turned to actually it started like this color and then turned to the lighter pink. So the roses, the petals are already in the ground, and you need to actually deadhead them once they are done blooming, like this one here. This one is almost done. You can just cut that and deadheads for you to have a continuous blooms of these beautiful roses. So this is the lower level of my backyard, and I do have all the flowering plants in here, and we are going to walk all the way to that side, which is my rose garden. So with this white pergola, I have the climbing rose as well, and here are all the hybrid tea rose, and from this side all the way to that shed area, that's actually planted with roses. So starting in this side, this is again all the roses that are planted early last year, and look what they're doing. They're so beautiful. So I separate the two colors between this side and also that side. So I planted actually all white roses in here, and then this one is the bicolor. And the climbing roses are actually almost white, the a little bit cream color, and I have all the orange flowers or roses on this side that I alternate with the hydrangeas. So here is the close-up look of my roses, and they are very healthy. I don't see any bugs or anything, insects that attach to the flowers. You see all this vibrant color? This is the color when they start. That's the bloom. And then when they open, they look like this. And then when they mature, there's only pink on the edge, and then it's almost like light pink and white. So that's all the blooms on this side. They receive at least 6 hours of sunlight on this side. That's why I choose this area. Again, in this area, it's not like this before. This is our pile or the compost area. We just drop all the leaves that we collect on the garden and compost them in here. But we decided to clean it up and shred them, and so we transform this area as my rose garden. So here I have the hydrangea bushes in here, and I alternate. This one I only have like 4 of them, but this is what the bloom look like. They are so beautiful. I like the color. And so I alternate them, and look at this one. stem and how many flower buds that I have in here. That's a lot. So I'm just showing this to you because majority of my roses, they're already fully bloomed, and I don't want you to miss to see all these beautiful blooms, and they will drop like this one that I have. This is all the petals of the orange flower or the orange rose. So I want you to enjoy and see all of this before they drop all the petals. I have more here in the bottom. It's all the way in the bottom actually, and I have to support them so that they're not going to drop, because the other day there is a strong wind, and that's why all these petals are just on the ground. So at the very end of the rose garden, this is the view, and my red double bloom rose, there's only one flower that I can show you at this time. They're still under flower buds, but I can give you another update on this once they're all bloom, because I see a lot of flower buds in this red roses. But here you'll enjoy all this white. This is the China rose, and I planted them as a row from here all the way to the white pergola are my white roses. So they are actually a lot of blooms on one stem, as you can see here. And this is just the one side of the fence that I put to support these roses, because if I don't have any support on them, they're just going to break their branches and it's gonna be look not pretty. So more close up on this China rose. That's the beautiful close up look. There's a lot. This is just a one bush, but you can see all the way down here are all blooms. That's the top. This one is a little tiny because one day we have this strong wind and it just cut off, and also some of the rabbits are just eating the stems or the new shoots. So this one is a little smaller compared to the bush next to it or the rose next to it. But there's a lot of blooms though, as you can see. And there's more in here. So this is actually the Asiatic lily, is the upright one, and the bloom, never see it yet because this is new and I just put them in between the roses. This is a white bloom Asiatic lily, and I am so excited to see them and bloom also. Hopefully they can bloom together with this white roses, so they will also pop up the big blooms and they are scented. So going back here, and this is the orange roses, the big ones. And more of the China rose in the side. There's a lot of blooms actually. I support them because the blooms or the flowers are getting heavier, so I have to support them. So on this trellis I have this climbing rose, and I'll show you the bloom of this climbing rose. It's actually like this. It's almost same as this China rose here, but this one there are bigger blooms, and majority at this time they're still under flower buds, but you can see all the way there it's almost reaching the very top of this white pergola. And more blooms on this side. Look at that. And more sticking out here. And I mirrored that look on this side of the pergola. And I also planted some of the clematis vine and the wisteria actually. So outside the pergola, the entrance of the rose garden, this is the view. I can also show you another view once I go to this upper level of my garden. This is all just the pavers and the retaining wall. And I'm going to give you a quick look on that side looking to the rose garden area, because right now this is the close-up view. These roses are very scented. A scent that you will like it, because I love them at this time. So this, again, the close-up look of all the roses that I have planted in a row. And I love this view. So some of them, they're already sticking out their branches, so you can see they're not already standing on this black fence in here to support them, because there's a lot of flowers. So this one I have to tie them just to align to the fence and to make them neat, but it's okay. I think I can just do that next week, one of my lists to do. Let me show you also the other roses that's planted on the ceramic pots, and they are actually the mini roses. So the mini roses are actually planted on this center pathway. Let me just show you a quick glance of this foxglove, and doing good. The bees like it. So here are the mini roses. I have the knockout mini rose also planted onto the ceramic pots, and look how much bloom that is. So this one, I think I have this one already for like almost 2 years now, and it's still giving a lot of flower buds. And these two are the rainbow rose. They are same as the hybrid rose. They have a bicolor on each. And actually, I love the combination of the pink and touch of the pink on the yellow petals. They are so colorful. Okay, I am just going to show you the front view of the mini roses, and then I'll show you next is the other roses that I have planted, climbing roses that planted next to the patio in the backyard. And here, before I show you the full view of my rose garden from the top center garden, this is the roses that planted in the pots, and they are doing good. So between these two roses, actually, I don't know if you can see the difference. The petals of this rose are bigger compared to this. You see how tight is the petals on this rose? But the funny part is this is one stem, one plant. So you can see in the bottom. And here, there is a big petals and the tiny petals, but only on one plant. Maybe that's why they call them hybrid. And quick view of the knockout rose. This one is the mini type of the knockout rose. So let me show you the other view of my rose garden. And as you can see, that's the lower part of my garden, which is the rose garden. So the roses are planted all the way here. I have also roses next to the clematis that's planted on this black trellis. And all the way from here to that side is all a row of roses. And they are in full bloom right now. They look so beautiful. the white pergola, the entrance to go inside that garden. And this side again is the hybrid roses. Hydrangeas and all a row of rose. So here I am standing on the upper level of the other side of my backyard, and from here the roses, climbing roses, are also on this side. And my clematis is still doing good. And again, the mini roses are planted on that ceramic pot. Okay, so all my hellebores are done blooming. I'm just showing you a quick glance. And let me show you one more rose in the backyard, and then I'll show you some of the roses that I have planted on the front yard. I only have like few that's planted in the front yard actually. So this rose is actually planted next to my patio in the backyard, and this is also the hybrid tea rose, and look how much bloom on that one bush. And that's the view of my backyard garden, and I really love it that I have this rose, the climbing rose, planted here, because I can also see, even though at nighttime when the lights are on, I can still see all this beautiful bloom from inside the house, and also you can smell them because they are really scented. I'm going to give you a quick peek. This is all the lilies. I'm going to do separate videos of all the lilies. I have a lot of variety of the lilies that planted around the backyard and also the front yard. So again, if you don't subscribe yet, please subscribe to see all these beautiful blooms. So this view is actually the side garden on my front yard. I have a rose that planted in here, and I just want you to see this because they have a beautiful bloom. And there's actually just one at this time. There are really scented rose, and majority are just the flower buds. But this is a quick glance of my front yard, and a lot of the roses that planted here, I move it in the backyard, and the reason for that is the deers love to eat roses. I mean, I'm not just the only one that's telling you this. A lot of gardeners are experiencing that. So I really love to see the deers, but I don't want them to eat the roses in my garden. So here, this is the rose garden that I have planted. This beautiful hybrid roses. As you can see, there are full bloom. You can see all this pink color, and look at that beautiful combination of pink and white and light pink, darker pink, and there's more buds in this one. Look at this. This one is like just a one stem, then double stem, and then now they have a lot of flower buds. So I hope you are enjoying this view because these roses, they are really new in my garden. I just added them last year actually, and they're still like about 12 inches only when I purchased in the nursery garden, and now they are giving beauty on my garden. So this one is the climbing rose. They have also a white color, and they are full bloom, but majority are still in the buds. And I have like a mirror like of that in this side. As you can see, all of these white roses are fully bloom. So this two is actually different. This is the China rose, and they have more compact bloom in each flower, As you can see, it's like all the way there on the end of this trellis, or the metal fence, I mean, is all white roses, or the China roses. So this one is actually also a little bit of white, or it's white then a little bit of cream color, and this is the climbing rose. And this one is actually more open bloom than the China rose. So as you can see, there's a lot of flower buds right now, and because they are so heavy, and there's a lot of blooms on both sides of this metal fence, they just falling in here, and I have to tie them actually just to support the weight of each flowers or stems, so they're not gonna break the stem. So here, all the way to the very end on that pergola, you can see all the pink roses on that side, and then from here to here is white bloom roses. So this one, they didn't open the buds yet. They're still intact, and hopefully by next week I can give you an update into how they look like. And actually there's one that's blooming in there right now on that side, and we can take a quick look so I can show you how the blooms are doing, because some of them, again, they're still on this flower buds. But look at this white roses, everything is blooming. All the sides of this bush are in bloom. They're not really scented roses, but the one that I have on the other side of the garden, they are very scented. There are the upright rose. So this is actually the entrance of my pergola, and I cannot wait for this climbing roses to cover all the way on the very top of the pergola. I also add the clematis, which is already done blooming. This is the vine of the clematis, and also I add a wisteria, and that's the wisteria. And then here I also have roses that bloom already, and majority, and this one is just the buds. So I hope you enjoyed the video for today, and also do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also hit your notification bell, leave a comment as well, and I'll see you on my next video. You take care.